For the last speaker, Himanshu, I had also a very interesting introduction call with yourself. You talked about the engineers and engineering managers that you manage, because you also manage many engineering managers, need to show a lot of passion in their role, and that already brings you quite far. And then also, you shouldn't be afraid to stand up and to speak up, right? So I think this is what you're also going to touch upon today. And I know there might be some questions from the audience, but that's what we're going to do in the end when all the speakers are back on stage as well. So keep those questions in mind, please.
Thanks for the applause. You probably noticed that I wasn't handed over the clicker because I don't have any slides. I just sort of a one-man show. You just walk by myself. So I usually never prepare my talks. And this time I prepared the first line, and it was going to be like, ladies and gentlemen. And thanks to the two ladies in the crowd here, I can actually say, so ladies and gentlemen, yes, I'm Himanshu Kansal, better known as Ash. And I head up the engineering function for all the customer-related stuff for a fintech, obviously for the very secret reasons I can't take the name of. And I think when I was just added to the panel last week, I was mostly added here, to be invited here to just sit down, listen to the talks. Then I was like, so Punjabis, there's a thing about Punjab. Are there any Indians in the house? Oh, cool. Just two of you, so I can mostly bullshit about it. That's fine. And so Punjabis, when they've had a few drinks, so for example, if they're on a plane, they want to fly the plane, right? So that's the special thing about them. And Thursdays, all the time at my office, there are drinks. And I'm a Punjabi. So I'm definitely not going to sit down. I'm definitely going to go away and talk. And as managers, you do a lot of talking. You talk to a lot of people. You meet a lot of people, make connections, build relationships, because you want to ease out the path, a lot of which Andrea and Andrew touched upon. So you do a lot of that, and drinks seem to be a very good place to do that. So it makes it very easy. And I'm possibly just going to talk about what it feels like to become an engineering manager, instead of how you can actually do it. There's definitely no book that can tell you how to get there. So becoming an engineering manager is like becoming a parent for the first time, right? So we're talking about becoming an engineering manager. How many of you guys have got kids? Okay. How many of you guys are already engineering managers? Cool. So becoming an engineering manager feels a lot like becoming a parent, because you're so excited and you're nervous as well. Right, and I can see the nods in the crowd there, because it is horribly similar, because you learn most of it on the job. There is nothing that anyone can tell you or say to you that, hey, I dubbed the manager of this team and you'll be the manager. And there's nothing that can impart that power onto you, right? And engineers, so I've come from an engineering background. I still write code. You must be thinking, if I manage engineering managers, when do I get the time to write fucking code? But believe me, I do write code, at least on the weekends. And I'm going to draw some comparison between kids and engineers. And you're going to feel like what it actually feels to become an engineering manager. So, kids are different. All engineers are very different, right? Some throw more tantrums than the others, right? Some just want to be left alone. They don't want to mingle with anyone. And some just always want to build a castle, no matter what you need. If you need a hut, I don't care about it. I'm going to build you a castle. Some are pretty good at sharing. Some are super horrible at sharing. And some kids will always want the toy the other kid has. Isn't that true? Now, there are these similarities between engineers and kids, and they're mostly human elements. We all have them, but that's how you feel. Now, there's always that one kid who knows how to bring the group together. who knows how to pull everyone together and help the group stay focused, who knows how to handle the parents if they come in when you're causing a ruckus, right? There's always that one kid who knows that, what to do when you're in trouble. That one kid who understands what the group needs. That one kid who knows when the parents are stepping over their lines and how to protect his group of friends. That one kid is the natural manager of that group. And you just have to be that one kid or identify that one kid, in my case, to find out the right manager for that group. So it's a lot like being the parent, because you shield your kids from the outside world, but you also let them, bring out their best talents. You let them do the experiments, but you also give them some feedback. You never tell them that, hey, you cannot do this, you shouldn't try this. You always tell them you should try this. And as a very responsible parent, you just take care of your kids and your engineers so that they can grow, because you're only going to look as nice as your team does. And that's all I had to say for today. Thank you.